Frank, what's the main differentiating factor between what you saw in the second half and even I guess after the 22-2 start? How did you see that switch flipped and what does that tell you?
Well, I think it switched not at halftime. I think it switched when we get down 22-2. We prepare our guys to understand how much pressure this team plays with defensively, and we even talked about we can talk about it, but it's gonna take a little bit of time to feel out how what their defensive style is. But we got to be better with our pressure release and all the things we do to counter their pressure. We didn't do any of it in the first quarter, so that put us on our heels a little bit defensively, and got off to a slow start. But after that, we kind of settled in. Didn't panic. This team over the last couple games, after some slow starts, hasn't panicked. Understand it's a long game, and you just focus on our execution, and we were able to turn it around.
And then LeBron's second half run and just some of the plays he's making, even the dunk that he has when he's coming back in, coming up in the three overtime games. So what he told us the other day, he doesn't get tired. Even in your 18, just wondering your perspective on that.
It's just you're watching greatness, and he has these stretches. Obviously, he's just a big part of what we're doing as a team. But he has these stretches where the game just comes so easy to him, and whatever he wants to do, he's able to do, and it's really remarkable. What he's doing, whether it's year 18 or year 10, it would still be remarkable. But obviously, at this point in his career, to see him doing these types of things is it's just special, and obviously he was a big part of the win tonight.
Okay, Dan Wakey, please.
Frank, I got a question about style. Kuzma, to be clear. Um, your time with him, he's really made a leap as a rebounder. How much of that is role acceptance? How much of it is just maturity as a player? How much of it is coaching?
It's all of the above. I mean, we're obviously when AD came here, Kuz's role changed. It's going to be a team built around AD and Braun, and they're going to be the primary options offensively, and he's going to be a more of a second side scorer and find ways to impact the game type of role, and he's really taken that and run with it. There's a lot of different ways you can impact the game. As he's grown his offensive rebounding, he's really gotten comfortable with that aspect of his game and has given us a huge lift. And just creating a lot of extra possessions that are helping us win games. So, it's just a testament to understanding there's many ways you can impact the game without scoring, and what he's doing on the glass is one of them.
Okay, Kyle Green, please.
Hey Frank, just wondering we saw him on the bench in the fourth quarter, but just wondering for an update on Trez, how he's doing after that collision, and just in general this streak that's been going on for him. He's had a run of very impactful offensive games. What's sort of been unlocked for him?
Yeah, well, he's good to go. They took him in the back and evaluated for potential concussion protocol, but he didn't fall into the symptoms that would put him into that protocol. So he was cleared to play and was available to come back in. And in terms of his rhythm that he's been playing with, I think he's just getting more comfortable in our system. We're finding ways to make sure that he stays involved, both the coaching staff and our players, his teammates that he's out there with, and obviously giving us a huge lift, scoring a high percentage with his field goal attempts, and a big part of us on this low win streak we're on.
Okay, David Benjamin, please.
Like obviously, there's no impact in the box score when LeBron at the end of the third quarter, when the clock is at zero, is telling the crowd that's not here to make noise and pointing out to imaginary fans. But do those type of things bring anything to the group, even if it's just cracking a laugh like you are right now?
I think so. Especially in light of this unusual season that we're in. We want to find ways to make sure that we're having fun, and we do that always. But like I said, it's a tough year that we're going through with the restrictions that we're under, and playing it with no fans. It's a strange environment. You get off to slow starts because the juice is just not in the building the way it normally is when we're here at Staples, and For him to keep it lighthearted like that, and to make sure that our group is just enjoying the game. I think that's an important part of what this season is about. So I love seeing him do those types of things.
Okay, Bill Orm, please.
Hey Frank, you said we're watching greatness with LeBron and he can go on these stretches. Has that been more evident over these 7 games when you needed to come back? And in several of them, he has really kind of put the team on his back for a several-minute stretch, and then like we saw at the end of the third quarter tonight when he had that 7-point run of his own in the final 30 seconds. Can you speak to kind of that ability to just kind of turn it on?
Well, he's got competitive spirit. We don't want to lose any of these games. Obviously the big picture is to build habits that are going to win for us in the playoffs. We'll be responsible with minutes. If we don't go to overtime every night, and within those minutes, we want to win every damn possession. And he exemplifies that more than anybody on our team. So, especially in games where we get down like we've gotten the last couple of games, he's going to just rally and make whatever plays he needs to make to win games. And I think you saw that in that third.
Okay, Jovan Buha, please.
Hey Frank, you guys attempted 33 free throws tonight, which tied your season high. How important is being physical and drawing fouls for you guys, and how did that allow you to maybe dictate the pace over the comeback?
Yeah, well, it's a testament to how well we're attacking, and we're settling too much on the perimeter. We want to shoot threes, but we want to touch the paint first. And the more we touch the paint, the more we're able to get to the free throw line. And we're also growing our ability to be smart when the other team's in the bonus, and to use our shot fakes and jump into defenders that are off their feet. The free throw is the highest percentage play in the game, and we want as many of them as we can, and we want to earn them. Wes got the one at the 3-point line, and we've been trying to get our guys to do when we shot fake a guy off their feet, and you lean in and you get yourself 3 free throws. Simple play, but one that helps you win, and hopefully our guys will continue to grow in terms of our free throw attempts.
All right, I'll just take 1 or 2 more questions. Rashawn Haylock, please.
Hey Coach, you've shown that you can overcome these huge deficits, but are you there yet, or is there a point where you get to being concerned about being down early and not having to overcome these large deficits?
Yeah, we're definitely not there yet. And we definitely are concerned about our slow starts, and we got to do better. Simplest way to put it.
Okay, and last question, Michael Duarte, please.
Yeah, Frank, to piggyback a little bit of what Sean said, you mentioned it too, you want to build playoff habits, championship habits. So to get down by 20, when you hear AD say, stay together, we know we can come back from games like this, we've done it before. How do you balance not letting that happen, because you're going to run into a team where you're not going to be able to come back from at some point, with still having that confidence that you can if you get down or do have a slow start like you mentioned?
Well, it's both. We are going to put ourselves in a hole one of these days and not be able to come back. That will happen. But until then, I think it's really important when you talk about getting off to a strong start and don't get off to a strong start. There's human emotion involved with that. There's frustration, and that's why we begin our season talking about togetherness and remaining together, through ups and downs of an emotional season. And like I said, in that first quarter, it's great to hear Anthony saying things like that, because that's what our coaching staff is talking about. That's what I preach from day one of our season, is that we have to stay together and achieve that togetherness throughout the course of the year, because there's going to be moments where guys are frustrated with each other or with the refs or how we're playing or whatever, and that's where we just got to believe in each other and continue to stay glued.